Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. My name is Barbara, and yeah, we're doing a Warden Arcanist. So basically, a Warden discovered the power of his Arcanist ability. So it's actually a really fun build. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's got a lot of max stats. It's got a lot of damage. It's got a ton of resistance and healing. It's very hard to kill. And it's a really fun build, to be honest with you. And it also kind of helps utilize some more frost damage, so it's pretty cool. The sets are interchangeable. Like, if you don't like one of the sets, you can feel free to just change it. But the front bar set might be one you want to change. But anyways, let's get into it. So, character scream. We got 25,500 magic. We have 36,500 health. We have 18,000 stam. 1,500 recovery, which is before my Betty Netch, which I don't know exactly. Betty Netch gives 4,900 over 25 seconds, which is what, like 250-ish? I forget. So something like that. Gives a lot of recovery, so we're sitting at a little bit more. Plus, when we pop a potion, you have more. Then we have 3,800 weapon and spell damage, or 4,000 weapon and spell damage. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Just depends on, you can change these around based on your glyphs. So if you need more recovery, do that. If you think you don't need more recovery, go with the Apprentice Mundus, etc. Resistance is where this build really shines. We got, look at, I can't even put into words. We're literally maxed out on resistances on the back bar, which is really nice. We have a ton of resistance. We're very tanky. We have the Atronach Mundus right now. We're using Bewitched Sugar Skulls. We're Vampire Stage 3. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. So it's really good. A lot of resistances. Really good. Yeah, ton of resistance. So on the front bar, of the gear. So again, I told you guys I'm using a set that I really like using. I mean, I've been enjoying it a lot. We'll see if it stays on my bar, but for now I really enjoy it, so we'll see. Alright, it's Night Slayer. Yes, it is Night Slayer. You say, what the heck? Night Slayer? Yeah, it's a heavy attack. It does, like, every single heavy attack probably does, like, 3k, give or take, which is actually a lot on a proc, every heavy attack. Like, I feel like that's a lot. Maybe I'm crazy, but we are using this on the front bar. Now, if you don't want to use it, I'm not about to be a hater. I understand. If you don't want to use this, you also could just use Hrothgar. Hrothgar is really good as well, because you can use it to proc off of your Tentacular Dread, which is also really nice as well. But I'm using Night Slayer for now. I like it. I mean, it gives magic, spell damage, health, and then fully charged heavies deal an additional 8% as Oblivion damage. So you have to charge it, right? So you have to do a full heavy attack, which is fine. One, it helps with your sustain. I mean, I know that's crazy to say, but it does, because you heavy attack a ton. So I'm using pots right here, or poisons right here. And then on the back bar, we're using Wretched Vitality. I mean, if you know anything about Wretched Vitality, it's freaking amazing. You essentially get 400 extra recovery, so that puts us at like 2,000. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of recovery. It's just really good. And of course we have defending. Now with this build, if you don't want to use defending, use powered, because I mean, we kind of did overboard with the resistances, but I guess you can never have too many, right? We're all using a frost staff because that's a must on the back bar. If you're using a staff on the back bar, use an ice staff so you can block with your magic. Ice staff has a lot of defensive capabilities as well. So down here, fully charged ice staffs give you 14,000, which is really nice of a shield. And then while you have ice staff, you block with magic instead of stam. And then you have let's see, ice staffs reduce the cost of blocking, right? So it's really good. So yeah, it's really nice, honestly. So gear wise, monster set wise, we're running Valken Scoria. This is up to you. If you don't want to run Valken, I mean, I get it. I'm not about to be mad about it. It's understandable. But again, that's up to you. Completely up to you. I like it. I mean, I like the fact that you do, like, damage over time. There's also other stuff you can use. So, like, you can use Nunatak, too, to fully build into the frost damage part of the build, which is really cool. I like it sometimes. I mean, the problem is I don't really need more resistances. That's why I'm like, I don't know. But, you know, it is really good. And then you also could just use the bread and butter, which is Balorg, because Balorg is going to be really, really good with your Northern Storm. But Valkynscoria is really cool. I just like it. I think it's satisfying. It's cool to send down a freaking meteor from the sky. Call me crazy. Call me not wanting to do the meta all the time. Call me crazy for wanting to have fun. But I sometimes like to just do something different. So I'm using Valkynscoria. Then we have training on the chest. And then... Then, of course, Night Slayer here, and then Wretched Vitality, of course. Big thing here, you want reinforce on the big pieces if possible. Makes a big difference for you. And then, of course, we have Wretched Vitality, a Night Slayer ring. And then our mythic is Markin Ring of Majesty. It's just really freaking good. I don't know what else to say. It does a ton of damage and a ton of armor. I mean, what else is there to say? You get 200 weapon damage and 2,300 armor. It's just really good. If you want to be an absolute Chad, you can just be insanely high max stats and go Death Dealer's Feet, because you certainly can afford to drop some armor on this build. So if that's what you want to do, feel free. That's up to you, but I mean, whatever you feel like doing. I think it'd be really good. Death Dealer's Feet would give you like 39k health and like 28k magic and like 18k, 19k stam. Like, it's a lot of max stats if you were to go that route. So yeah, but I like Markin Ring of Majesty. It's just a balanced thing. And then again, like I said, back bar, Wretched Vitality. So Night Slayer on the front bar. Now, if you don't want to use that, like I said, you can easily just go Hrothgar. Hrothgar is insanely good. Simply put, you can apply your status effect all the freaking time. I like the build with charged on it, so if you use charged with it, you essentially are going to apply the chilled status effect about a 500 million bajillion times. It's going to be over and over and over and over. So yeah. I mean, Night Slayer's cool for like a nice little bursty setup. Like, you can heavy attack and really do some damage. So if I can find something here, should be an enemy in the water or something. I don't know, maybe not, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that much. I can't find it. No, but either way, like I was saying, it does a ton, does a big chunk of damage. So, all right, for the skills. So there's a bunch of skills here that you can actually change out if you want. Now, I'm gonna just tell you right off the bat, Fetcher Infection, I'm not really sure. Okay. You can use it if you want. Now, the reason I use Fetcher Infection, one, you want a dot to proc your Valkynscoria. Okay, that's first and foremost. That makes a huge difference for your build, obviously. If you're using an Ice Staff, I would recommend just using Destructive Clench instead of this, because the Frost is going to do more damage. So if you're using Hrothgar, use that instead. So yeah. But the reason I'm using it is really because of this right here. You get 5% crit damage for every animal companion ability. I'm in a position right now where I really kind of wish I had one more slot. If I did, I think life would be a little better. I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna be nitpicky about it. So yeah, Fetcher Infection here. I mean, it's good. Again, like I said, if you want to use Destructive Clench for the Destructive Reach. You could also use Inner Light for some crit, because this build actually has a ton of crit damage, because an Arcanist and Warden both get a lot of crit damage, which is really cool. So if you end up wanting to even go the Shadow, feel free to do that as well, especially with Frost damage, because you make people apply Minor Brittle, which makes them take more crit damage. So if you feel like going that route as well, feel free to do so. It's really good, even if you use like Nunatak. So like here, if you go Nunatak, you can apply Major Brittle to people, which make them take a lot of crit damage. So that's up to you. But again, I'm liking the sustained damage from Fetcher Infection. It's more predictable. I know what I'm getting out of it. So right now I'm keeping that there. Really good skill. Again, like I said, Minor Vulnerability is really good because it stacks with Tentacular Dread actually for a 5%, which gives you 10% damage, which is really, really good. Here you're using Deep Fissure because you just have to. I mean, it's like one of the best skills in the whole game. Does a lot of damage, and it applies Major and Minor Breach. There's literally no other skill in the game besides like Puncture on the one-handed shield, I think, that applies this. It's amazing. So yeah, here we're using Bird of Prey because it's a must. One, you get snares and immobilization immunity, and then you get Major Expedition, and then you get 5% damage. And then on top of it, you get 5% crit damage. It's just really good. Now, the crazy part about this, you get 5% damage from this, you get 5% damage from this, and you get 5% damage from this. So you get 15% damage just because. And then on top of it, you can get 33% more damage 3 times. So, actually, you can get even more. I'm sorry. You can get 11% extra damage because of your crux. So if you consume crux, it increase your dread damage by 33%, and then damage to foes drenched in abyssal ink by 2%. So you can get even more, which is actually kind of insane. So yeah, that's why I like this build. On top of it, Tentacular Dread synergizes well with Warden because it does frost damage. Why does that matter? Because if you go down here, right here, you increase your frost damage by 15%. So you can get 5% extra damage, 5% extra damage, 5% extra damage, plus 99% extra damage because of your crux if you have 3 crux built up with this. And then you get 11% or 10% more damage based on just having it, plus 15% damage on frost abilities. How freaking crazy is that? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it's really freaking good. And then here you get even more chance to apply chilled. Yeah, it's really, really, really good. And then this actually synergizes really well with the Arcanist skills. This is why I like this build. Alright, increase chilled status effect by 250% and increase the damage by 335. Why does that matter? Well, if you go here, not this. Well, that's cool. But if you go here, okay, you get increased damage dealt by status effects by 15%, and status effect chance by 15%, 55%. So you get what? Oh my god, this is insane. So you get 250% plus 55% extras. That's 300 something. And if you were to use charge, you get like 400 something, which is absolutely bonkers. Okay. And then you get more damage on top of it. Frost, you get 15% extra on your chilled, plus the extra damage from this. It's like actually insane how much synergy this has. So it's really, really good. I mean, I know I just said a lot of crap, but it does have a ton of synergy, so yeah. So anyways, and then here we're using escalating rune blades. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite skill. Honestly, the main reason I'm using it is just because it gives you the crux, and you need the crux to use this. So like the combo is really simple. I'll show you in a second. But yeah, this ability deals extra damage for each active crux, which is really, really nice. It does AoE damage. It's basically a better Force Pulse. That's the way I see it. It's literally a better version of Force Pulse. It does a little bit more damage. Like this does 2,000, 22, and 25, right? Compared to Force Pulse that does 2,000, 23, and then 2,000. So like, it literally just is a better Force Pulse. I mean, that's the only way for me to really justify it. I don't know. And then here you have Northern Storm, because freaking Northern Storm is Northern Storm. There's no other way to say it. It's one of the best ults in the whole game. You get major protection. You get a ton of damage. You can snare. It's just really good. So yeah, that's the build. Now, I told you, all this stuff freaking synergizes. Like, that's why I was saying, like, you might want to even go Inner Light here for just straight up burst and crit damage, because you get 10% crit damage right here. All right, on top of it, you get 12% crit damage right here, which is insane. And then on top of that, if you apply Minor Brittle, which is really good, and then if you get the Shadow Mundus, you get even more. So that's a lot of crit damage, dude. Like, a ridiculous amount of crit damage, honestly. So, you know, just a thought. And then on the back bar, we're using Ice Fortress because it's freaking amazing. Get Major Resolve and Minor Protection. I mean, I can't complain about that. It's really, really, really good. So, here we're using Resolving Vigor because it's Vigor. I mean, there's no replacement for it. You get a ridiculous heal, and then you get resistance. I mean, come on. Here we're using Polar Wind. You know, with all of my being, I wish I could use Arctic Wind or Arctic Blast, whatever. You can't, because the problem is it does do damage and it heals, but they do it separately. So, like, if you do damage to someone, you won't heal, and if you heal, you won't do damage. Like, it's weird, and then you don't. It's not reliable, and I mean, Polar Wind's not as good as it used to be, because like, it used to be freaking amazing. It's just not as good, but that's okay. It's really good still. I really like it. Here we have Crystal Slab. This is the one skill probably on this that I'd get rid of, but at the same time, like, if you pop this, you're pretty much invincible for the next 3 projectiles. Like, you can block, like, I feel like you just block a lot of damage with this, like, a lot. You just block a lot of damage. So, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good skill. Like, I don't know. I even considered going with the Major Heroism version of it because, like, why not? But I don't know if I'll do it. And then we have Blue Betty because Blue Betty's amazing. If you don't want to use Blue Betty, I mean, I would highly, highly, highly recommend using Blue Betty. Like, I wouldn't take it off my bar, to be honest with you. But if you really don't want to use it, you have another option because you have Arcanist, Tome Bearer's Inspiration, which is also a really cool skill. So, yeah. And then on my back bar, I'm using Blood Scion as my all, just to, like, kind of like the oh shit button. I mean, if you don't want to use it, don't. If you want to use a Resto Staff, you also can do that as well, and then use, Life Giver, I think it's called, so it's up to you. But yeah, I mean, that's the stats, and then there's even another version of the build where you go, like, melee. There's just a ton of stuff you can do with this, and yeah, it's really, really good. So like I said, if you don't want to use certain stuff, like, please feel free to change it. Like, Inner Light can be changed to whatever. Like, you don't need Inner Light. You can use Inner Light if you want. I'm not using it right now. I also could, like I said, you could go Hrothgar and just use a Frost Staff. Like, there's so many things you could do. You could even go Master Staff if you want, and then just use the Frost Clench, like, as your, like, extra damage. There's a ton of stuff you can do. But this is what I'm doing, and I'm really liking it. It's doing a lot of damage. I'm super duper beefy. I get messages, like, every freaking game of people like, dude, you literally don't die. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just playing. Like, it is what it is. So, it's really, really good. Yeah, and then when I get more, I'm thinking about using Imperfect Ring as well. I mean, you know that skill is really good. Now, the reason that one's really good is pretty much just a better version of this, because it does AoE damage. So, we'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but yeah. But yeah, it's really, really good. So, like I said, guys, let me know what you think. And then champion points, I mean, I'm not a champion point god, but I have Salve of Renewal, Master at Arms, Wrathful Strikes, Master at Arms, Backstabber, and then Ironclad. I mean, like I said, these are all interchangeable, like, for you, like, what you want to do. Increase the effectiveness of damage shield and damage against enemies, you know, with shield. Pain's Refuge, Fortified, and then max health. I mean, like I said, whatever you want to do. Yeah. So that's the build. Yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, tell me what you think about the Warden discovering the power of the Arcanist. So I'm going to add a little bit of gameplay in it. It's nothing crazy. It's just showing, like, how good it is at healing and kind of tanking. So, yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and peace out. And thanks for tuning in. See ya. Hey, guys, real quick, I'm going to show you the rotation of this build. It's very, very simple. So, yeah. Okay, so you're ready? Basically, you start the fight by starting your burst. You're going to do Crux. You're going to light attack, light attack, light attack. And then boom. Alright, that's the version if you don't heavy attack a lot. Okay. Here's the version if you have to heavy attack because you are using Night Slayer. So basically you're going to do this. You're going to hold your heavy attack into Rune Blades. And that's pretty much it here. So as you can see, it's doing 7k. And you just do this and then boom. See, as you can see, you hit a 20k Tentacular Dread, which is really, really, really good. So yeah, I want to show it one more time. So you get 3 crow. I just want to see how hard this hits. So yeah, here we go. Boom. And then a 15k. So that's the non-crit, right? So it does a ton of damage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you just heavy attack into this and keep heavy attacking into it because you're going to keep getting procs. As you can see, the heavy attacks actually go off quick and then boom. Alright. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. And then weave in your ult as you can. Peace.